Thanks for listening to the AZ12 podcast, proudly presented by Little Caesars. Code free classic, free pepperoni pizza with a pizza purchase that is not a pizza or a pepperoni. Code LCFREECC, free crazy combo with a pizza purchase. All right, now joined by Jason Shear. I am merely Mike Luke. Hello, Skier.
Hello, Michael. How are you?
Not too bad. Dennis Walsh, big shout out. I think with the link you sent me might bear some fruit.
Was that him? Was that Dennis Walsh? You tweeted at the CrossFit gym.
Yeah, was that amazing? He's like a gymnast.
God.
Yeah, no, I would not. You talk about a man of strength and girth and integrity.
I was like, I don't think I could do. I definitely can't do one of them. But my Lord.
Yeah, no, that was very impressive, man. It's that South Point education for you. All right, yeah, we got a lot to get to. Kobe L is in here as well. Everybody is in here. All right, we're going to talk Arizona, Colorado. We are going to talk Arizona basketball. I don't understand something that's going on. Basically, the story of my life. But I'm going to say this. First of all, Sam Levitt. Wish Sam Levitt Sam Levitt's obviously out for the season. Certainly wish him a speedy recovery. And I actually like Sam Levitt because, and I tweeted this out, he could have got a lot more money to go somewhere else, and he stayed. I like that.
He plays hard. He plays injured. He gives a lot. He's a good college football player. He definitely took a pay cut to stay at ASU. I know there's a rivalry, but I hate that crap when a guy gets hurt for the year.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Yeah. But like I said, I will say this: we are excited about the opportunity for Jeff Sims. Jeff Sims is going to have an opportunity to be the quarterback for the rest of the season, and we're excited to see what he can do. That is going to be an exciting endeavor there, sure.
And it looks like Jordan Tyson is out this week, in which case Jeff Sims is going to Iowa State without Jordan Tyson. Look, this is like
it's not good.
We're going to find out a lot about Kenny Dillingham, right? Like, I know he did creative stuff with their injuries and all that with Scadaboo and all that. Right. There is no Scadaboo. You are. I almost wonder if by the end of the year, by the time Arizona faces them, if it's Dwyer, the freshman kid.
All right. Well, let me ask you this then real quick. Jeff Sims, is he being that he's an NFL quarterback, was that the worst quote ever from a coach? That's actually a good coach, not an idiot.
It is the equivalent of Brent Brennan going up to us and being like, yeah, we're really going to miss Jeremiah Patterson. He's a future NFL wide receiver.
Yeah. That's literally the equivalent of what it is. Yeah. It's like, so there's that. All right. Now, we got all right. So we'll wish him nothing but the best, but we will be rooting on, we won't be rooting on, but we will be watching with amusement with Jeff Sims. Okay. Now, Arizona, I want to say something here that I'm at this point with Arizona football when it comes to the Arizona Colorado game. I know Colorado sucks. I get it. And I know there's people in the comment that say every week, Mike, you say this team sucks. That's true. But I'm going to say this, though, Skier. If Arizona beats Colorado, it is a good win. We will be sitting here on the post-game show. I don't care how it happens. If Arizona wins against Colorado, we will be sitting here and saying that this was a good win for Brent Brennan. And I'm going to say this. I believe that will be the best win of the Brent Brennan era.
You think it's better than at Utah, even though Utah was
terrible though, and the fact that Arizona went in and handled them easily at home leads me to believe that they weren't very good.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a good win. I think that something that we need to avoid should Arizona win is saying, "Oh, Colorado sucks." Right? Like Colorado's a good team at home. Deion, I think, is 10-7. I think I said this the other day on the show. But hasn't lost. The loss totals have either been 3 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they play everyone close at home. This isn't I don't think Colorado is good, but clearly it's a better team at home.
All right, now Javier is wrong as usual, and we like Javier. Do we? I'm just kidding. We like you, Javier. You're the man. But he says you can't say they suck and say it's a good win. Sure, I can. I just did. And here's what I mean by that.
Environment.
What's that? Yeah, I mean, you look at what they've done at home. They basically lost. They didn't lose to, or they lost to Georgia Tech, but it was a close game. They probably should have beaten BYU. They beat Iowa State. They're good at home. It is what it is.
Look, man, this team played BYU within 3 points, and I watched that game. They probably should have won. They beat Iowa State at home. I watched the condensed game last night. I mean, they're good at home. I know. Yeah. I like you make a gross face whenever, like I say, I watched a condensed football game from 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, especially when it's terrible teams.
It was not an entertaining game, even in condensed form. Right. But yeah, I mean, overall, they're good at home. Now, if this game was at Arizona, it'd be different. I'd say Arizona should beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Now, are Totri and Damon Dogs still going at it?
I think so, yeah. I don't know.
Oh, all right. Well,
that was a weird convo.
Yeah, no, exactly. That was all right. Well, and I like Totri. I know I get beat up for it, but Totri clearly didn't know the rules. It's okay. Yeah, like it is what it is. Okay, now, you be nice to Totri though. I like Totri. You be nice to young Totri. Yeah, okay.
I have no problem with Totri. Just it's not personal.
Okay, now, all right. So let's, but it's a good win. Either way, it's a good win, and I think that we need to sit here and say that, and I will sit there and say that it is a good win. Now, if Arizona loses,
I thought I had you on this one on the message.
No, but I actually know, but and Portland Timbers, the great Portland Timbers, said something, that I mean, it's spot on when he said, listen, like at the end of the day, it's just kind of it just reinforces a narrative that you can't win away from home. That's what it is.
So is it it's not a bad loss. It's just a reinforcement. Like, because I think if they lose, it's a bad loss. Like they're favored by 4 points, right? Colorado's coming.
I know. I go back and forth on it.
Colorado is coming off a 46-point loss. I don't care where it was. Good teams don't lose 53-7.
Well, they suck. Well, we agree that they suck.
Right. So I don't care if it's loud and people are smoking pot and all that. Arizona should win that game. Although they did bring in Ray Lewis today. Am I being more kind to Brent Brennan right now than you are? Wow. I was going to say, I think it is a bad loss.
All right. Well, there you go.
You said I was wrong on. I don't think we had enough evidence at that point.
Well, we have enough evidence that Colorado sucks.
Exactly. We have enough evidence that Colorado isn't very good.
All right. Here's what I also don't get as well. So I'm looking at Colorado a little bit, and no, I'm not going to watch any condensed games. I've watched like 2 quarters of their games this season, and that's actually
more than I thought it was. So, yeah,
impressive. But it was just actually, I bet you I've watched more than that because there's
you have because you hate
for sure. Yeah, because I bet you I've watched a couple games actually. I apologize. Yeah. But I'm going to say this though. I don't get this. Colorado fans keep talking, and there was a guy out there, this like Giuseppe Marinelli guy or whatever, that he puts out there. He's a guy on Twitter that was saying mean things. He puts out there, he says, shows a picture of John Lennon with Yoko Ono, and then he reimposes it with Deion Sanders and Pat Shurmur, and said, and it's like, that's not the same thing. But Deion Sanders brought in Pat Shurmur. So you can't sit here and say, you know what it's like? It's like bashing the coordinators or bashing Arizona's coordinators and then saying, well, Brent Brennan's still doing a great job. Either way, it's the head coach is responsible for what's going on the field.
Yeah, period. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, we go back to last season and we diss Babers and we diss Adkins, but then it quickly turns to Brent Brennan was the one that hired those guys, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Just a reminder that Deion Sanders fired Sean Lewis to hire Pat Shurmur.
Sean Lewis, who's going to be a Power 4 head coach in probably the next.
I said this on the podcast with Shelby last night. If this thing ends with Brent Brennan this year or next year, hopefully he doesn't, right? But if it does, I'd probably have Sean Lewis top 3 on the hot board right now.
Oh, I would hire Sean Lewis just out of spite for Colorado. Yeah, Sean Lewis is awesome. I agree with you.
The dude's 6-1 at San Diego State. He turned him around in 2 years. He's a good coach, a good offense.
And it's like what the great Sean Keeler said. By the way, he's still messaging me saying, I've never had somebody call me the great. And I said, no, that's all you're going to be called on this ship. Did you just? All right. I was going to say something. I'm not going to say.
I didn't. I always. Okay. I'm touching my back.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I told you we got to be in good behavior. So anyways, but with Sean Lewis though, that guy's a good coach. And I think Sean Keeler said, he's like, that's actually somebody you could have said would be the coach in waiting, and you would have had some continuity in there, but they got rid of him. So
it's not like they, it's not like, I don't know what Javi is saying, but it's not like Pat Shurmur has a track record.
He sucked everywhere.
You hire, look, I know you think Bill Belichick sucks, right? Obviously you think Bill Belichick's terrible, but Bill Belichick
as a head coach without Tom Brady. Yes.
Right. But Bill Belichick has a track record, right? Clearly, he's got a track record. Pat Shurmur's track record is what? Fired after a year of the Giants, right? Mm-hmm. Fired after a year of OC at the Broncos. I'm looking now. I didn't realize this. The longest spot he's ever been on, ever, is 6 years as the Eagles QB coach. Other than that, he was fired every 2 years.
Yeah, he sucks.
That's crazy. I didn't realize it.
No, it's awful. Yeah, and his father was fired from more places than he was. I mean, it stays in the family.
I will say this. Against Iowa State, he actually ran some nice plays. There were some very nice plays that drew up, and Salter just couldn't really do it. Like, he had a couple play action things that were really nice.
Right.
It's weird. I don't know what they're going to draw up against Arizona because there's no continuity in their offense.
All right, I'm going to say this.
We still don't even know who's starting at quarterback.
Yeah, and it's not like the media is going to ask him that hard-hitting question.
I think it's Salter, but yeah.
I think it's Salter as well. Well, I'll put it to you like this. I definitely want Staub to start because I think Arizona can tee off on Staub.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Matthew Bothwell. Good afternoon, everyone. Bear down and let's get this W.
Great picture the other night.
Yeah, Matt's the man. We very much like Matt. Matt goes to the same church as that me and my parents.
You see the picture he had with Bryce?
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, I retweeted it. Duh. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Now Arizona, though, from an offensive perspective, Noah Fafita. How do I put this? I think Arizona offensively should be able to kind of do what it wants. I really do. I don't care about the dew point. I don't care about how much weed smoke is in the air. Any of that stuff. I think that Arizona should be able to score the football fairly regularly in this game.
Colorado's defense is decent. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Utah literally said, hey, guess what we're going to do? We are not going to even attempt to throw the ball.
But again, Mike, it goes back to home and away, right? This is the same team that let up 3 touchdowns only to BYU, 2 touchdowns to Iowa State, right?
Yeah. Like, no, I get it. We're both speaking out of both sides of our mouth on this.
It's weird because it's a weird game. Like, usually your splits are, look, Arizona went to Houston this year and played them pretty damn close, right? Arizona, the only blowout they had was the Iowa State game. That was a blowout. Right. Everything was close, right? Colorado just lost by 46 points. And then a week before that, beat Iowa State. Like, what?
Right, exactly. So it's their now. La Jolla puts it very well. The only coaches I wanted gone were Makovic and someone. Stoops and Tomey had just run their course. I totally agree with that. I think that's spot on. All right. Ben One Whitesong makes asking about Noah running the football. We're going to get to that, but let's get a couple of reads in here first. Ben, we love Ben One Whitesong. Ben One Whitesong.
Figure out what Javier's saying right now.
I don't know either. I think he's in a bar in Guadalupe. Okay, now, Foster Plumbing, everybody, back the pipe. All right, now, residential and commercial, that front pipe. Ooh, look at that thing. All right, yeah, now you might say to yourself, man, I'd like a place that is open 24/7. Well, look no further than Foster Plumbing. Quality work at a fair price. 10% off when you mention the AZ12 podcast. Call 520-603-3817. Drain cleaning, water heaters, and like Dennis Walsh just says, the front pipe never runs its course. Yes, and they do all kinds of good stuff as well. Get in there, check it out. Foster Plumbing, quality work at a fair price. Welcome to the Rock.
Dude, I should have gone as a rock for Halloween.
Yeah, you should have gone for a rock. Yeah, anybody that might be listening to the show for the first time, that's part of the read. Don't blame them. Yes. So, 2 convenient locations, Tucson plus Green Valley, 50 plus locally sourced landscaping materials. Now, you might say to yourself, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't live in Green Valley. Well, don't worry about it because it's in Tucson as well. East of Benson, Sierra Vista, west to Marana, south to Nogales, north to Oracle. Now, check it out, serving residents and contractors. Javier, they'll even bring you stuff in Guadalupe. Check it out. Now, Green Valley Decorative Rock. Okay, now Bridge Tech Communications. Now Dennis Walsh. Dennis Walsh doing that trapeze act or whatever that thing is. That was pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie. But imagine how much better that would have been had he been at a gym that utilizes Bridge Tech Communications. You thought about that?
I have. I think about it every day.
He would have looked like Harry Strug. He would have looked like Kerry Strug without like the
Tucson's own Kerry Strug.
Yeah. Green Valley Decorative Rock. Greenfields. 100 plus health entities. 750% average ROI. Now, like I said, Dennis Walsh, go to a gym that uses Bridge Tech Communications, and I think that you'll be able to do 35 different things like that. Very, very good. Brad the Bully Hudson says, Dennis Walsh doesn't like functional fitness. Evidently. All right, check it out. Bridge Tech Communications. Okay, now. Okay, Ben One Wysong makes a good point. Noah running the football. Now, against Kansas State, Noah did run the football. So
it was a very clear weakness that Seth Nagy saw, and it was a flat out game plan was to run Noah. I would assume we see something similar tomorrow. I would also assume that the run game is going to be heavy. It's just you got to. I would give Mahdi and Reesano 15 each. Because Colorado's bad against the run. They're down to 4 defensive tackles. They have 9 on their roster.
By the way, Kobe says Chip got a pretty good commitment today. Who is it?
I was going to tell you breaking news, Mike.
Who is it? Yeah, my Chip.
Hill, your Chip got a commitment from outfielder Lucas Waite, 2027. Really good speed. 67th ranked prospect in the 2027 draft from San Diego, California. He's a righty. He is very good.
I'm going to be in San Diego next week, so I'll go scout him. Yes. All right. Well, either way, we like Chip a lot. So
now the question is, when you have a guy ranked that high, do you get him to campus?
Yeah, that's always my concern. Remember the guy in Arizona that he was the top prospect in the entire country, and he threw like a bat at somebody? Delman Young. Delman Young.
Yeah,
did you ever see
Delman Young, and then didn't they have a commitment from Jason? Remember, what's his name? It was like Jeff Allison or Jason Allison or something.
Jason, now it's Delman Young. That's what I'm talking about.
There's another one.
Greg Maddox was committed to the U of A. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Did you know Trevor Hoffman went to the U of A?
Yeah, I did know that. Believe it or not, I did. Yeah. Okay, now let's see here. Tyler Warden says 300 yards on the ground. I'm calling it. If it's 300 yards on the ground and Arizona doesn't win, then we have. What's that? 300 yards from Noah? Wow, exactly. We turned him into Noah Vick. So if Noah Vick has over 100 yards, if 300 yards on the ground and Arizona doesn't win, we have a real problem.
That's
to put it mildly. Yes.
Look, this post game show is going to get a little feisty if Arizona runs for 300 and lost this game.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Now, Chris said Trevor Hoffman played shortstop. He did not pitch correct, and he would also throw changeups from shortstop to first base. It was very impressive. Yeah, anybody that knows old school baseball knows that. Yeah. Okay. So, no, I think, but again, this is a game I need Arizona to run the ball. I need Arizona to run the ball. I need Arizona to run the ball, and I need Arizona to run the ball some more, especially too, because Arizona doesn't have anybody injured.
Yeah. I'm in, baby.
Yeah. You're back in the A. You're picking the A in this game.
I've never backed the A more.
Right. Okay. All right. Now, interesting. Okay. So now from the wide receiver perspective, I wanted to ask you this. So Noah right now is at 17 touchdowns and 4 picks on the season. I mean, and I think 2 of them were in that game against Iowa State when we were too busy breaking them. So I can't really hold that. Hold that against him. Cody James Martin made a rare good point. And whenever Cody James Martin makes a rare good point, we need to accentuate it. He said, do you really want to get rid of Brent Brennan if that means you lose Noah Fafita? I don't buy into the talk, because if the coach isn't the coach, I don't care about the roster. I get that. But it still is a fascinating question that Cody asked. And we want to give it's a make-a-wish thing for Cody right now.
There is one thing that we are also not considering. And that is the fact that Noah's brother Dash is committed to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Does Dash lose that Arizona scholarship if Noah leaves?
Yeah, it's a good question. Because it's not like Dash is a high-profile recruit.
He's good. Like, Danny loves him.
He's good. I get
he's small, good. But no, you're not going to say no to that. But they want to play together. They want to be on the same team. So
I would absolutely. Whatever it takes, I would have them back.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure the new coach will make it a priority. It would absolutely suck for Noah. But hey, if they beat Colorado, I think we're in. I think Brent's going to be.
Okay. T-Burns 826. We stole. We stole so much points from you yesterday that I'm going to disagree. If I was Noah, I'm not playing for the third head coach when I can get paid elsewhere. I'm going to say this. Noah has been paid, and I have no problem with it because I love Noah and everything that he means for the U of A. Noah has been very well compensated at the U of A.
Yeah, I don't do numbers, but
Noah's been very well paid.
For Arizona football standards, I think Noah is very well taken care of.
I will say this. In the NIL era, Noah is the highest paid player at the U of A. So take.
Now, this is in Georgia quarterback situation where Noah's making like $87 million a year.
Right.
But he's just fine.
Noah's a millionaire. I'll say that. I'll leave it at that. Noah's a millionaire. Dude. Yeah, it's that Green Valley decorative rock money, baby. Noah doesn't have that to my knowledge.
No, it's less than that, Cody. Cody just texted us and says it's 20 million. It's less than that, Cody.
20 million.
He did say 20 million.
Yeah,
I'm muting myself. My daughter just got home.
It's well over $1 million he's made here, though. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, now, all right. So either way, now defensive. Let me ask you this. Then, Scare. Things have changed a little bit. Arizona State is definitely a winnable game. Actually, I'm going to say this: if Jeff Sims is starting, I would take whoever the quarterback at Chaparral is with Mr. Tyler Warren over Jeff Sims. That's a game now that Arizona can win. The only game that I look at on the schedule. I'm like, probably not happening is when
Cincinnati.
we play the Cincinnati. Everyone else, though, I think we got a real chance, man.
Look, man. All of a sudden, is 7-5 is it the expectation?
Is 7? No, I'm not gonna. No.
Because hear me out. What are they now? They're 4-3.
Yeah.
Right.
Are
they 4-3 or are they 4-4?
4-3.
Right.
4-3. Why didn't you watch the team? Why didn't you watch the team this year?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right. They are going to be favored. Their favorite this weekend's Colorado. Right. Mm-hmm. Right now they would be favored over Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
They would be favored over Baylor. That's 7.
Would they be favored against Baylor?
Yeah, at home, absolutely. I mean, it'll be like 1.5 points, but yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Let me check Scarier. Let me check my boy.
Yeah, but then you've also got the ASU game, which is very winnable. So you've got Colorado is very, very winnable. Obviously, Kansas very winnable. Baylor very winnable.
Baylor on a neutral field would be favored by 2. So yeah, Arizona's probably going to be favored by 1.
Can you put in on the Sagarin? Can you put in what Arizona the point spread with Jeff Sims starting at quarterback?
Well, let's just do easy math here, right? So with Lovett, ASU on a neutral field, as after last week, would only be a 3-point favorite.
Okay.
Which means that at home, they'd be like a 6-point favorite.
Right.
Then you add in Jeff Sims, and I would say that ASU is probably a 2-point favorite.
I'd say something like that. Probably about that. Very slight. Yes. Now, Stutcho says, when is Ben One White? You're going to be getting a lot of Ben One White because Ben One White, he is going to be with us in Vegas. By the way, real quick, we need to ask people this.
Uh-oh.
Ben One White is getting into Las Vegas
You're right.
a night before us.
And he claims that we knew about this. We did not know about this.
We had no clue about this. What is Ben One White doing a day or a whole day and evening in Vegas before we get there?
Yeah. I have been to Vegas, I would estimate like 300 times. Mm-hmm. Like seriously, like it's stupid. I don't think I've ever gone to Vegas and spent a day alone for leisure.
And it's not like Ben One is like this social butterfly that's going around and like, you know, like just, I don't know. I'm just saying I'm curious it's odd. I got some ideas, but I'll leave it at that. So that's where we are. Okay. Ben One White. Okay. Now, anyways, Ben One White.
We're going to tweet out Ben's room number.
Yes.
When we find out in Vegas, or maybe we could throw a little hotel room party.
Yeah. Oh man. Yes. I was going to say Ben One finding I don't know, Kobe.
We're letting Ben live. It's just, come on. You got to admit, going to Vegas by yourself a night early is weird. It's weird. Yeah.
By the way, he says he's about to Rain Man at the blackjack table. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you gamble?
Yeah. What?
I've never seen. Do you gamble at all?
Oh, I'm very, very good at gambling.
But I've never seen. We haven't gambled together.
No, I'm very good at gambling. You can ask. I actually asked Totri and Shane. They watched me make like $300 in like 5 minutes one time. It was amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. So you should, just leave it at that. Okay. Now, let's look ahead then a little bit. Then, so Arizona. I'm going to say this right now. Arizona wins this game if ellipses.
They score more points.
Well, I would agree with that. I mean, thanks. I mean, Javier knew that one.
Are you asking me? They win more.
I'm literally asking you. That's why I said
I didn't know there was a question. If they don't turn the ball over and they meet the environment, they'll win this game.
I think a part that's kind of underrated about Noah this year, the man only has 4 turnovers all season.
I think he fumbled. He had that fumble, so I think he's got like 5 or 6.
Okay, well, either way, it's not.
The thing that, and another thing I think is important, if I was Arizona, I would take the ball. Because I think Colorado, I'm not accusing them of quitting,
Can you imagine Brent Brennan taking the ball to start the game?
No, but I think if you get up on them early, they're done. I really do. I think after that you start second guessing yourself. So I would be super aggressive early.
Yes.
What would be considered what he's
doing right now? Exactly.
The dude's on pace to end up with 30 touchdowns and 6 picks.
Right. Yeah. What he's doing right now, keep it up. Keep it up. And he's completing almost 70% of his passes. So yeah, Noah, whatever you're doing, keep it up.
Yeah, young Jeff Sims out there.
No, yeah, Jeff. Yeah. Well, the Cats do an onside kick. That'd be awesome if Brent came out and just was like, yeah, we're riverboat.
You know what? Let me go back to Mike. Special teams cannot suck on the road. When your special teams are bad on the road, it hurts you a lot. And one thing I noticed in my viewing last night, and then I looked into it, Colorado has a really good kick returner. Like, he is legit. I forget his name, Quentin something.
Is he Jeremiah Patterson good?
He might be better. It's Quentin, I forget his name. But Quentin Gibson, he's good. So Ian Wagner better get those kicks back in the old end zone, because he almost took a couple back against Iowa State. He's legit.
All right, so let's talk about our special teams. And the Ben1 Wysong, we are not referring to your family member, because we like having Luke Wysong return kicks. We need to be very clear about this. I'm going to say this, though. Arizona special team sucks at home. What leads you to believe it's going to get better on the road?
Oh, they had a bye week.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you get when you've got
a bye week thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, duh. I mean, at that point then.
We got to go let me compare the special teams efficiencies now that it's updated. Arizona has skyrocketed to 128th in the country. ASU is now the worst Power 4 team in the country on special teams. They are 134. Arizona is the third worst Power 4 team, no longer the second. Hey, NC State, welcome to the club.
Like Dennis Walsh said, if you didn't back the A when we had the second worst special teams in the country, don't back the A when we got the third. We don't want you at that point.
Colorado 97th.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So, do they still have the fat kicker?
You remember that guy? They have Mata, don't they?
Is he still there? That guy's awesome. That is one thing that I support about Colorado, is that kicker. That guy's great. Did I ever tell you about that video I watched of him where he was talking about like his pregame meal? He embraces being heavy. It's great. He's like, yeah, I tried losing weight. And when I tried losing weight, he's like, I tried losing weight and I wasn't nearly as good a kicker. And I was like, yeah, cool. All right, I get it. All right. Now, Stutcho says, I used to like Colorado before Deion. Agreed. Totally agree. I have no problem with Colorado fans. I actually like Colorado fans. But then when Deion came there, this nauseating, odious, venomous cloud came over.
Are we talking like Rick Neuheisel, Colorado, Carl Durrell, Colorado?
No, we're just talking Colorado before Deion got
there. Colorado.
Yeah, all those people are fine. I'm fine with all
Mike McIntyre.
Yeah, but then you got the problem though is once Deion got there, you got all these carnival barkers like Kobe's good buddy Dalvin and stuff. Dalvin couldn't pick Colorado out on a map before Deion. I'm still not sure he can pick Colorado on a map, but I just look at it and I'm like, yeah, Cordell, Michael Westbrook. Yeah, Colorado is cool. I like Colorado, but not now. That is, I will leave it at that. Now, I want to talk about the injury report here for a second here, because Sheer was on the cutting edge of this one, but I will say though, there's some chicanery going on, some fishy business. But let's see here. All right, okay, now, all right, let's get a couple reads in here though first.
You know, it's funny. The Colorado 24/7 guy hates me so much that when he does the know the foe, he
gets left.
Yeah, he got left.
Yeah, no, he blocked me as well before. Yeah, he doesn't like me. He doesn't like me either. Yeah, I guess sucks. But guess what doesn't suck? The Tucson Family Food Project. Look at these fajitas right there. These fajitas look amazing. These look like something after you've done like a trapeze act, like Dennis Walsh does. You're like, man, I'm going to go gorge myself on some fajitas.
Did you say trapeze?
Trapeze.
It's trapeze, dude. There's no easy.
Yeah, trapeze or whatever. It's an Italian. I've been watching a lot of mafia stuff lately. So, by the way, you need to watch that Philly Mob War.
I know.
It's really good. Okay, direct aid plus life skills development, cooking, nutrition, education. Currently, 255 meal kits per week. 2026, 1,000 meal kits per week is the goal. Donations made with AZ12 comment will be matched cumulative up to $10,000. The Tucson Family Food Project. Check it out. Boom. All right, Jesse's Tattoo Shop, baby. All right, Golf Links and Pantano Sober Shop. Call today, 520-358-2881. We're a tattoo that speaks to your story. I believe that Kobe L. Thiel is going to be getting a tattoo from Jesse's Tattoo Shop. We will be there. We will live stream it if possible, but it is a professional tattoo shop, so I don't know if they'll allow it, but we will certainly try. Jesse's the man. They also got a toy drive coming up here November 30th as well. Back the toy drive. And again, then they're, like I said, our good pal Ben One White is going to be there. He's got a lot of bull riding practice, and he's going to show us how to do it. It is going to be fun.
He keeps bragging about his strong hips, so it'll be interesting.
That is going to be a lot of fun to watch. Watch Jesse's page for the surprise raffle and a special DJ. Maybe it's me, DJ Mike Luke. DJ Luke.
DJ Luke.
X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you.
All right, Kobe's back in the remarks here.
Is Kobe really getting a tattoo? Was that a real comment?
Yeah, he said he's going to. He said he's going to get an AZ12 tattoo.
That part I don't believe. But Kobe, are you really getting tatted?
Yeah, he's going to get tatted.
Did Kobe get a tattoo of a car air conditioning?
Yeah, he should. No, I was going to say the closest he'll ever get to a car AC. But either way, Comfort X HVAC, back to back. 10% off is back. Mention AZ12 when booking. Our good pal Cody James Martin can attest to how good they are. Get entered into a Christmas raffle for a $100 gift card and a 6-month filter supply. If you don't have an air conditioning, you probably don't need the filters. But Kobe, they'll still give you the filters. That's the kind of good people they are there. Comfort X HVAC, back the vac, baby. Back the vac. And again, service and maintenance, you name it, they got it. All right, the injury report. You and Totri were going back and forth at it, you little rascals. Please explain to people, because I didn't know this either, and Totri clearly didn't, but I'm going to take cover for him because I didn't know this either. Explain the difference between an injury report and an available.
So I didn't know this either until Brett Gleason basically
Brett Gleason
and said, here's what it is. So first of all, in the NFL, we know injury report. They tell you everything, right? It is called an injury report. This is a player availability report, and these schools are in contact with the Big 12. Right. Where basically, if the player is going to be available on Saturday, they don't have to list him. If an injury happens within a practice and it's on film, like say Marquise Groves Killebrew is now questionable, he likely tweaked something in practice, whether you believe that or not. So you have to list them at that point because you're not positive yet he'll be available. So if you go back a few weeks ago to Iowa State, if you remember, Risano was hurt, but he made the trip and dressed. Technically, although they are not going to play him, he was dressed and available, so they didn't have to list him.
See, all right, hey, remind me to get back to Joseph.
It's the Big 12's fault, to be blunt. Because they leave it wide open for interpretation.
And what's going to happen with the Big 12 as well is that this offseason, I would assume they're probably going to correct that loophole.
Yes, but it's if you want to blame individual schools, whatever. But the reality is, it is the Big 12 for not being a little bit more clear on what it is exactly.
All right, real quick, La Jolla says, maybe Joseph is on the injury report. I did not see. He did. He's full of it. Hey, but here's what's pretty funny, though, because he knows that I ref on Sundays and I make like $35 an hour. But he asked me, he's like, hey, can you get my brother Marcus in there to referee as well? And then I said, yeah, sure. Why don't you guys give me 2 real times from Copal, and then I'll do it. And then crickets, never heard from him.
Went silent, right?
Yep, we went totally silent. Not surprised. Yes. Now, let's see here. Stud Joe says, $5 super snap. Go Tucson Family Food Project, a worthy cause, and back to Ben One White's day alone in Vegas as an honorable mention. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but we're going to be vlogging Ben One White when we're there.
So much vlogging.
There's going to be a lot of vlogging going on. Now, let me ask you this. Do you believe that Arizona added players after that thing went viral? Do you believe that these players were really going to be added?
No, because again, if you leave practice, you got to be listed. So my guess is Marquise Gross-Killebrew, because Marquise Gross-Killebrew gets hurt every practice I've ever been at. I'm not even exaggerated. And he'll wind up playing, but like he tweaks something or whatever. Right. So we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And I also don't care. Like it's if you list a guy as out, right, and he plays, it is an automatic fine, right?
Yeah.
So is your preparation, if you're Colorado, changing knowing that Marquise Gross-Killebrew may not play?
Not at all. Not at all.
I almost think it should just be starters.
Hey, did you see who the DNVR people are really pushing for to start for Colorado now?
Juju?
Yeah. I hope they start Juju.
I'd love if they started Juju.
I would love for them
to also eat that guy alive.
I would love, Ben one. I would love for them to start him, because I think that would be very, very fun to watch. But yeah, like I said, I think Arizona's going to win this game. I'm telling you right now, I think they're going to win by about a touchdown.
Dude, I got to tell you, this post game is going to be rough if they don't. Real rough. It's going to be rough, dude, because we're not. You
said if Arizona loses this game, you're pretty close to the tipping point. You did say that.
Yeah.
And you've been.
I think you run out of time to defend. Now, my buddy Gersh's brother, Jonathan, my guy, Shadow
Cat, who always disses me.
Said
probably deserved, but yeah.
He said, and he makes an interesting point, which is why I'm going to bring him up. Why do we care how Arizona gets to 6 wins as long as it gets to 6 wins? And I kind of said this to you on the phone the other day in the show, like, must-win game. Or what? Like, if Arizona loses to Colorado and beats Kansas and Baylor, it's in a bowl, right? So who cares, right? What is a must-win game at this point? You know what I mean? And I know I'm going against myself, but let's say they lose to Colorado.
It's a fair point.
They come back home, they beat Kansas, they lose to Cincinnati, they beat Baylor, they beat ASU. They're 7 wins. Who gives a crap about the Colorado game anymore, right?
I get it. But I think what happens, though, is, I agree with that. But I think what happens, though, is that you have basically no confidence in anything at that point then if you lose to Colorado. I think that's kind of where I'm at.
And it's a must-win.
I get what you're saying, though, and I don't hate the point.
Like, it's a must-win. Like, I'm saying that this is a must-win, too. And then guess what? If they win, Kansas will be a must-win also. And if they lose, Kansas, I mean, it's just every game is a must-win.
All right, I will say this: if you lose to Colorado and Kansas, at that point, it's.
I agree. If they lose to Colorado and Kansas, I'm done. We're all done.
To be clear here, I've not called ever for him to be fired. And I'm
not saying he should be.
But I will say this
right now:
you lose to Colorado and
good.
If you lose to Colorado and Kansas, we're both out.
Yeah, I won't say, hey, Arizona needs to fire him just because I'm
just going to say
I have relationships, but Mike will.
No, I won't. I actually don't. I feel uncomfortable saying that people should be fired. I don't like it.
Yeah, and here's one of the things that was brought to my attention too, and not by Arizona. Well, by someone at Arizona and by someone else too.
Brett Gleason Tim Daniels.
No. Yeah. I am Tim Daniels. We always look at like, oh man, James Franklin got fired, but that dude's making $60 million. Who gives a crap? Right. But it's the dudes like let's say Brent got fired. Brent would be paid $7.5 million. Sucks for you, but you're $7.5 million richer, right?
You're okay.
It's the guys like the Quinn Thomases, right? Mm-hmm. Like you don't even know who that is, right?
I was gonna say, who the hell's Quinn
Thomas? But he's an analyst or whatever. He's barely making money. He just got married. His wife is pregnant, right? That's the dude that when he loses his job, I think people need to kind of take a step back and be like, man, that's what it's not the coach making $80 million to get fired. It's the GA that's making $25,000 and living paycheck to paycheck with the family just because he wants to get in the business.
I don't know. The only time I will ever, and hey, guess what? The only time I will ever call for somebody to be fired is if I think they're not taking their job seriously and they're being a clown. Kevin Sumlin, I had no problem calling for him to be fired.
We said it before. We openly rooted. I'm not ashamed that Mike and I sat on the phone openly rooting for Sumlin to lose because we needed him out.
And Mr. Tyler Warden says, I agree, Mike. It was tough getting on the pod after knowing that's what people were calling for. I just think when you call for somebody to be fired, it's just There, yes, and again, I get the other argument as well because there are standards in college athletics for sure.
Mike may not think that I'll speak for you. I don't care. You may not think that Brennan's a very good coach. You don't. Whatever. But it makes it tough on this one because they're such good people.
They're great to be, and that's the thing is that I told somebody I got kind of yelled at for a tweet a while back. I'm not going to get into any details, but you can probably figure out which tweet it was. And I told the guy, and I said, listen, I'm going to be critical. Like, that's just who I am. But I always preface it by saying in the game of life, you all are winning. And it's true. I mean that. So that's why these are still people at the end of the day. It's just difficult, but it's also a bottom line business though as well. And if you win 5 games this year, for example, with the schedule that you have next year, I just think it's hard in a bottom line business to be able to say that, hey, you get another year. Now, because the problem is that you left yourself no margin for error going into this season, like literally none. And so you had to, now, if you get 6 or 7 wins, like, that's, we can talk. Yes, exactly. So that's just kind of the way it is. But the only time I'll ever actually call for somebody to be fired is if I think they're not taking their job seriously. I have no doubt that Brett Brennan is taking his job seriously. I just don't know if he necessarily knows how to do it. But either way, they're better. Now, Javier in here had something in here that made me laugh a little bit. And we are going to say, and this is I still kind of what I think is going to push DRF for her decision. Javier says, if we lose, Javier, we love you. You're wrong on almost everything, but we really like you. Javier says, if we lose, we have to take the same approach LSU and Penn State did. Chant loud at the stadium, fire red.
And all 12,000 fans will definitely.
The problem, though, is there's nobody at the games, Javier, which actually might fit into your point even better. But yes, I laughed when I saw that. The Penn State and LSU home crowd compared to the Arizona football home crowd. So, all right. So we're going to we will leave it at that. But yeah, I also, though, the reason I can be also a little bit more difficult on the coaching staff that somebody like Scarier is that I don't rely on sources. I don't rely on, inside information. No Ben one. So if, it's just kind of the way it is. All right. Now let's get to something that can be a little bit more uplifting in time. And that's basketball. I have dived heavily into Florida basketball.
You made a post on the message board about Florida, where I was like, how does he know this? Like,
details, my friends.
You actually looked at stuff.
Details, my friends. Details. They don't escape me right here. They don't escape me. Okay, so, all right. But let's get a couple reads in here, then we're getting to Arizona basketball. You know what is funny? When I tweet out Arizona basketball talk, like 12 more people jump into the chat immediately. It's awesome.
I don't know why this is. I mean, is it because we're a football school?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I mean, well, duh. All right, land the man with the freaking master plan. Now, look at this. Yeah, I just mentioned, dude, we went from 103 lives to 111 by just mentioning basketball. I think it's a coincidence. But look at Land the Man with the master plan. He said this is his sister. I don't know what her marital status is, so stop asking me. But I'm going to, but I'll say, daily urgent care. I hope she is there, though, when the championship package is being inserted. That would be nice. Ask about the 19. I don't know. That's
inserted to you.
Inserted into me. Yeah. Okay, I don't think she has the championship hat. Yeah. I don't know. I'm getting in trouble here. Okay, now 1997, my friends. 1997. Get in now, because if Arizona football runs the table and they somehow get into the college football playoffs, all bets are off. Same thing with Arizona basketball. Although I do think that they've got a little bit more opportunity to maybe make some. To maybe make a little bit of groundwork or legwork up, and they only offer necessary treatment. This lovely lady right here, they're not going to take her nose off and put it in her throat and then say you're choking. Nothing like that. For dental implants, again, all kinds of great deals going on. Check it out, and we will be live streaming the insertion of the championship package Monday, November 10th at 12:30. Boom. Better not be buffering. Okay. 88 Crime. Now, you might see somebody stealing the championship package or throwing the championship package out there all willy-nilly where they shouldn't be doing it. That's where you call 88 Crime, my friend. 88 Crime. It's anonymous. Pima County Attorney's Office, 88crime.org. And again, they've solved all kinds of stuff. They can help them help. I don't know, help them help you. Help them solve stuff. 88 Crime. It's anonymous. Boom. Okay. We need a live. Oh, look at this. Look at Longview. Look at Mike Luke. I don't know why my nose looks like that.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, look at that thing. Like, what the heck is? And what is this? It's like a crease. Do I have a crease on my nose?
Let me see. Zoom in on your face.
Yeah, zoom in on me, man. Yeah, zoom in on me.
It's pretty accurate.
I don't think, but I don't get the nose though. All right. Well, either way, Lucky Luke, baby. So either way, I'm getting in there at a normal time, unlike Ben One White, who is getting there a day early. Okay. But Longview Insurance and Investments, a trusted partner for your financial futures. Trying to build retirement savings with your kids' college fund? Let's build a strategy that covers both without ever overstretching your budget. Investing in your own, but not sure if it's enough? Let's review your accounts. Andre is the man. We will not endorse Andre, but we will highly recommend him. Longview Insurance and Investments. Boom. Check it out. Or Longview. Yeah. Okay. Now, Arizona basketball, Florida. I got a question here. Why is everybody assuming that Florida is going to be awesome this year? The reason I asked that, and then we're going to get into the details, the nitty gritty, is because, dude, again, Clayton bailed them out of everything last year. Go and look at all of their tournament games. Like UConn was with them into the deep waters. Same thing with Texas Tech. Same thing with Houston. And the dude bailed him out every single game, and it was just him pretty much. I don't get, why are we assuming that they're going to be awesome again by losing maybe the most
Because I think people are high on Xavier Lee and Boogie Fland. I think that people think that now, obviously, you're not replacing Clayton and Martin and Will Richard, right?
And Denzel Aberdeen.
Right. Condon is back. You assume he's going to get better. So he was their fourth leading scorer and leading rebounder. He's back. Their second leading rebounder, Thomas Howe, is back. Chinleyu is back. And then they added the backcourt.
Okay. All right. Now,
I get what you're saying. Like, I don't like their bench. I have a lot of questions about their bench. I know you're a big Urban Klabzar fan, but I have some questions.
That's huge. All right, so let's talk about it. So now, we got a couple super snaps. TJ Van Martyr, happy Halloween, boys. 199 super snap. Oh, and then we had another super snap in there as well. Stutcho, Brennan isn't a good coach, nice person but goofy. Could say that about me. Mike Luke, not a good coach, nice person but goofy. I don't know. All right. So let's talk a little bit about it though. All right, the guy from Princeton, Xavier Lee. I'm going to ask you this right now. At the shooting guard position, why are we sure that he's good? He averaged 16 and 4 at Princeton, and we've seen how the mid-major things go. Why are we assuming he's good? I
think when you look at his ability to shoot, my guess is the belief is that it's going to carry over. His strength is in his jump shooting, especially his pull-up game. He shot 37% from 3 last year. I do not disagree with you. He's absolutely not going to be a 17-point scorer on this. But he's on MNBA. He's on MNBA, radars.
All right. And then the same thing with Boogie Fland. Kobe L. Field made a good point too. Boogie also shot 37% from the field. I'm going to say it, and they were better without him. I'm going to say this though. John Calipari usually doesn't let really good players go.
And I'll say this as well. Their backcourt is very small. That is absolutely a concern. Boogie Fland is 6'3", which doesn't seem small, but he's only 185 pounds. Xavier Lee is 6'4", and he's actually weighs less. It's a pretty skinny.
I thought Xavier Lee was half black.
You know that he was on the Princeton team that Arizona lost to?
Did he play?
He played, he averaged 5 minutes a season.
5 minutes a season. Wow. So he only played 5 minutes the entire season?
I think he played 2 minutes against Arizona.
Okay. Well, all right. I'm just saying, but this is a matchup though that Arizona has to win. That backcourt matchup has to win. Yes. And they got to be better than him. Xavier,
if Arizona doesn't win that backcourt matchup, I don't see how it wins this game.
Okay, now let's talk about how then. Where there's a how, there's a way. All right. So
you want to do my break? Let's do our breakdown. Bradley or Boogie?
Bradley.
Okay. Xavier Lee or Braden Burries?
Braden.
Okay. Small forward.
Yeah, Florida.
Okay. That's the one I'm concerned about the most.
Yeah, but the only pushback that you'll get on this is that he also
Thomas Halliburton's ADO, by the way.
Right. The only pushback that I'll get on this, and yes, he played well in the tournament, is he still averaged 9 points a game last year. Now, you could say that he was their third or fourth option. I get all of that, but he still averaged 9 a game. That being said, that he's still clearly the advantage there. They're very tall. They're very tall. So let's talk now with that power forward spot. Then you got Koa and you got Koa and you got what's his name? Condom. You got Koa and you got Koa's condom. You got Koa and Condon.
That's tough to me.
That is a tough one.
I'm tempted to make it even, mostly because Condon is good and he's experienced. I think Koa is the better player, but he's the better player the first game of the year.
Yeah, I would go even on that one. I think that's an even one. Yeah. Now here's where I'm at the center position because all the haters are in here right now. When it comes to Mo Krivas, I can't remember who put this. It was somebody that made a good point actually. Where Krivas, to me, here's what I need from Krivas in this game. I need Krivas to finish around the basket and no turnovers. Don't bring the ball down. Don't let it get ripped away from you, all that. Krivas has got to play strong in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need him. Now, the one thing that he's got going for him, though, is the guy he's going against can't shoot or anything, so he's basically 3 feet and in. So it's not like he's going to get work, but he's got to be strong in this game. I need him to be strong.
Yeah, he's got to be strong. Chile is good. Chile's a big dude, too. I think he's like 6'10", 260 or something like that.
Right.
And he's athletic. It's not an easy matchup for Krivas. And it's not going to be an easy matchup for Awaka because of the size difference.
Right, exactly. And the girth. Now, he does bring the girth, but at the same time,
it's a really good game. Like, this is a really good basketball.
It's a fun game. Now, here's where I think Arizona definitely has an advantage, though. The bench. Arizona's got a better bench. And that's where Dennis. That's where Arizona's got a real advantage, though, is on the bench. Because you could bring in guys like an Yvonne. You can bring in an Aristode. You can bring in a Tobe. You can bring in – I mean, you've got options off the bench. And I think Arizona's got to be tough in that situation.
Yeah. Isaac Trotter wrote a really good season preview on 24/7 about Florida, like highs and lows, what to expect and all that. And he said as well that the biggest concern by this team is the bench. You're basically Klavzar, your guy, again, Urban Klavzar.
Huge guy.
Is going to shoot the ball well. They have a backup center named Micah Handel-Godden. Yeah, your guy.
I know. Michael Handel-Godden. Gosh.
Yeah, Handel-Godden. He's a large individual, good player.
Girthy.
Yeah, he's like 6. I mean, like he's 7'1", 260.
Oh, wow.
Right. After that, I don't know. They have CJ Ingram, but you don't really know. AJ Brown was at Ohio, but
CJ Ingram was a 5-star kid, though.
Yeah, but you know,
I
mean, you don't know though. He's a freshman. Like,
yeah,
you
I would assume that he's as a bench player. I would assume he's decent.
Yeah, so you're basically saying that they've got an 8-man rotation with your boy Handlogden, Ingram, and Klavzar. That's not great.
That you talk about a cold soup lineup if I've ever heard one. Go at that in Zona Germany. I love you, but yeah, let's hear that again. What is that? What is that cold soup?
Micah Handlogden, I believe he's Swedish.
Michael Handlogden, okay.
And Urban Klavzar, I believe he's Slovenian.
Oh, now Urban Klavzar is cold soup. We can agree on that.
Yes. Now there is something else that I'm interested in. Florida last year, because of those guards, shot 27 threes a game. Damn. I don't see how they shoot. Their lineup's not even built.
Well, right. And the thing about it, too, is that Xavier Lee, you mentioned him, but it's not like he's some pure shooter. He shoots like 36%.
They had 13 games last year where they shot 30 threes or more.
No, that's awesome. And Patrick Clayton, in hindsight, is Patrick Clayton one of the more clutch players that we've seen in recent memory?
You mean Walter Clayton?
Or Patrick Clayton. Why am I saying Patrick Clayton? I was in it. Walter Clayton, Walter Payton, Walter Clayton, whatever.
Yeah.
Is
he did like he was a monster.
I mean, he really
was. The whole
was.
backcourt was a monster. They saved their button hundreds of times.
I think that's the thing is, I think that's the thing that I think a lot of people are still missing. Now, Dick Wilson, the great Dick Wilson, says Burries is a bad matchup for Florida's guards. I can see him going for 20 plus on Monday. I agree. I think Braden L. Burries has to have a big game. I really do. And I think this is going to be his coming out party, no Ben one, where he's going
the first game of the season, Mike.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be his coming out party. You disagree?
I think he'll play solid. I don't think he's going to go out and dominate Florida.
I think Braden Burries is going to have 16 or more points.
So the betting prize picks or whatever.
Yeah.
Where they basically it's just player props all over the place. Mm-hmm. They have Burries at 12.5. You're taking
I definitely like the over in that game or in that.
If Braden Burries has 16 points on efficient shooting, I think Arizona won the game.
I like. Do you like the over on that one?
Kinda, yeah.
All right, now, let's talk. On your board right now, they're still obsessed with spacing, and
I'm not. Are we doing this again?
No, we're not doing that. I'm doing something else.
All right.
Yeah, watch your mouth.
Spacing. I'm just so tired of it,
dude. I'm not even bringing it up anymore. It's fry rice.
You brought it up.
No, I'm saying they're obsessed, but they're missing the bigger issue. The bigger issue last year is that Arizona just didn't – in games Arizona lost, they basically just let the other team shoot wide open shots. That is the problem that these spacer losers aren't getting.
Here's the issue.
Spacers.
Arizona scored 93 points against Duke.
And still
I would
lost.
have told you that Arizona scored 93 points in the Sweet 16. You would have said, where's the Elite Eight? Right?
Correct.
They let up 100 points.
No, I know. And how many of those were wide open shots? Seriously.
Oh, I know. The year before, when they lost, the argument would be that they lost because of offense, right? Mm-hmm. The reality is that in that Clemson game, your Clemson Tigers, my
Clemson Tigers,
shot 50% from the field.
When Arizona loses games, it's generally because they don't defend. That's what it is. I'm telling you, that's generally why they lose games. And I'm going to stand on principle. I'm going to stand on business there. Yeah, I'm going to stand on business. Yeah, that's why they lose games. And when we were talking with somebody close to the program, he said that and rebounding were the things that they really focused on. And I still go back to what John Shire said in that hot mic moment, where he says Hot Mike was also my nickname outside of the championship package. But
your nickname to me.
Yeah, some things don't change. But the other thing too that he said was that he's like, guys, just keep working the ball. They won't stick with it. And basically like, yeah, man, just working around and we're going to get wide open shots. And that's exactly what they did.
I get it.
Yeah. So that is the bigger issue. Now back the A filthy. Oh, I like that name. Jaden, no Y. No Ben Y. Jaden, Burries, ADO, Pete, and Mo. That I would assume that's your start.
I would assume I've asked multiple people and I can't get an answer. So I don't know.
Right. Now, Javier says, I wish they would hire Kevin O'Neal so that he could have somebody that could really come in as a good defense.
I always like these. Javier, can you name one defensive assistant in college basketball?
Be nice to Javier.
No, I'm just saying. When people say that, like, oh, I wish we would hire
Orlando Antigua.
One defensive assistant in all of college basketball. Can you name one?
Mike Dunlap. Is he still coaching? Is Mike Dunlap still coaching?
I don't think he is anymore. I think he's running camps.
Oh.
No, he is. I didn't realize this.
Where's he coaching?
Mike Dunlap recently took a job as the Colorado Mesa basketball coach.
He's the head coach
of Colorado. This will be his first year at your.
By the way, you know who their starting point guard is, right? You know who their starting point guard is this year, right?
Colorado Mesa Mavericks basketball. No, I have no idea.
Well, I do. My guy from Pima.
He went to Colorado Mesa?
Believe so.
Let me look at the roster here.
Yeah, look, Cohen Gonzalez. I believe so.
Yep, you are right. Oh. Cohen J. Cohen with a J. What kind of name is that?
Cohen J. Gonzalez. Yeah, when you guys see that though, you got to.
They got another Pima kid.
Who?
Wes Ball.
Wes Ball.
Wes Ball.
I thought it was East Ball.
Middle ball. He went to Marana.
Is Solo Ball the worst now? One of the worst names in yeah. Now all right, now real quick, I gotta say something, Marcus. Marcus Delgado's in the comments. He says, "What's up, boys? I gotta tell you something. You're gonna like this, Marcus." So your buddy Joseph messages me.
Sure, I'm sure we could have pulled one of Izzo's assistants.
Yeah, sure. You're just gonna let him go. Yeah. Marcus Delgado says, "What's up, boys?" So your brother messages me asking if I can get you in the Sunday league that pays $35 an hour at the Sporting Chance, and I told him sure. And I said, all I need from you though is 2 real times from Copal. And guess what? Your brother stopped talking almost immediately, or your brother stopped talking to me. He left me on red, as the kids would say. So it shows you where that's at. Okay. Now. But I don't know. Like I said, I like Arizona in this game. Are you picking Florida in this game? Are you back in the Golden Gators?
Yeah, I'm picking Florida.
All right, you're picking the Golden Gators in this
small margin. I don't really have a good feel for that.
Yes. Okay. Now Lloyd can take a pay cut. I mean, he has failed 4 years. No, he can't. Okay, we'll just leave that alone. Okay. Now, ADO though. ADO, I think ADO is going to surprise some people. I think you guys all think that he's like a fish out of the ocean.
Want a funny ADO story today?
Yeah, what do you got?
He misread Nate's text. He was supposed to come to the presser. He thought it was a phone interview. And so we had to do it where Nate had to put him on a Zoom meeting and put him up on the podium on a computer, and we all talked to him over a computer. Because ADO is so focused on Florida.
Dude, ADO is focused on Florida. I am curious though, from a strength perspective, from a girth perspective, how he's going to
I mean, he's now guarding a guy that was the 4 last year.
I mean, that's how strong.
And now he's playing the 3. Like, I'm going to look at your boy Ken Palm real quick, Mike, because I know you're a big
those Ken Palm coaching ratings, those things are amazing.
Yeah, but they are. Ken Palm is great for a lot of things with rotations and stuff. But Thomas Howe, the guy that he's going to be guarding, played no 3 whatsoever at any point last year and will be the starting 3 this year.
Now, Chris says, what is the over-under for ADO minutes against Florida? I'm going to put it at 17.5.
I was going to say 18.5. God, you're so cute.
No, all right. So you go over the 17.5.
I mean, is he going to score? If you think he's going to score,
well, that's why he's got to be out there at that point. If he scores, it's over, man.
If he scores, it's probably over.
Yeah. Now, something at small forward that I'm curious about, because obviously he's looked a little bit different in with exhibition games. I am curious to see how much different Yvonne looks than in this game. I'm curious to see how Yvonne looks in this game.
I want to see all of them. This is real competition. I want to see Yvonne against real competition in Vegas in a big arena. I want to see Birdies. I want to see Koa. I want to see Dwayne Aristode, because Dwayne Aristode had an impressive 10 minutes in the last scrimmage against me and you, basically. What is he going to look like against Florida? This is the big story to me. I know how Jaden Bradley is going to look. And if he doesn't look great, I know he'll be fine as the season continues, right? I kind of know what I'm getting from Krivas. I kind of know what I'm getting from Mwaka.
The small forward is the one where you're just kind of like, I'm gonna laugh at when ADO comes out there and he's hitting like step back through. By the way, we need to talk about something that I've never seen in my life, and it happened yesterday.
Oh God!
KJ Lewis destroyed Kentucky, and he was hitting step back threes in transition. Sheer.
I get it. Yeah,
and you don't.
Props to him.
And you don't care.
I don't care at all.
I know.
Don't care.
Yeah.
No part of
I am not. Yes, it's going to be funny to see what he does. Watch, he averages like 17 a game this year. Let's see.
I'm very curious. I'm curious what all these dudes do.
Now, Dick Wilson says, Howe scores Florida's first 8 points and ADO is out before the first media timeout. Now, we need to be a little careful here, though. You guys are also making Howe out like he's Larry Bird.
No, he's good. I don't think he's going to have the first 8 points.
He averaged 9 points a game last year. He's good.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. I'm just,
right.
He's
so
6'9". He's a physical mismatch for my guy ADO.
Yeah,
ADO has a full beard though. Full beard.
Benwin White was talking about the 6'9" mismatch and about how sometimes you just have to go around there and basically counteract that. And I think that's true. I when you've got somebody out there that's 6'9", you've got to be able to, you're not used to that kind of positioning.
Marcus Delgado saying they're not going to start ADO against Florida, forgetting that they started ADO against Duke and Oregon and everybody else. Yes, ADO is starting.
Yeah. I would. Yes. Yeah. There you go. Take that. Take that, my friends.
Tommy also doesn't care about starting. He really doesn't. I think it's genuine when he says that. Maybe he should. I don't know.
All right, let's get a couple reads in here. A couple reads. Back to reads, baby. Back to reads. Long. All right, RJ's Frozen Cactus. RJ's Frozen Cactus. $100 craft beers. Yeah, you can probably find a better deal elsewhere. 100 plus craft beers with $2 deals. Pizza, wings, tacos, burgers, and more. No bad seats in the house. Huge parking lot. Dennis Walsh could literally back his. Can you back a plane up? Like, can a plane go in reverse?
Of course you can.
All right, well, you can reverse your plane into that parking lot. That's how big. That's how big
you look
that is.
Good when you back that plane up.
Yeah, girl, you look good when you back the plane up. You a big sleek plane once you back that plane up. All right, either way, get in there. We're gonna have some watch parties. Yeah, no planes with reverse. Yeah, planes don't go in reverse. Take that, Sheer.
Sure, they do.
No, they don't. No,
what
they
does
don't.
He know?
Yes, no, they don't. No, they don't. Okay, so
reverse thrust. That's the reverse I was talking about. You probably don't know what reverse thrust is.
Yeah, but get in there, though. Four Peaks, bread, you name it, they've got it. Check it out. Red Hot beer and ice, or Red Hot sports and ice cream. Oh, look at Ben One White. Speaking of Ben One, it is amazing how much this looks like Ben One White.
That looks just like Ben.
That really looks like
reverse thrust.
Yes, that looks just like Ben One White. Ben One White takes Vegas. He's there a day earlier. What do we? Like I said, I still don't know what he's up to. If anybody
told us, we could say what he told us. He's going to hang out at the Circle Pool watching NFL.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird, right? Like by yourself at a
by yourself. Pool. Do you think Ben is rendezvousing with somebody?
Could be. Everybody that I asked today is getting there. I found out where Bruce is staying.
Is he staying where we're staying?
No, nowhere near us, but we'll get there.
Oh, Bruce is probably staying in North Las Vegas in like the middle of the ghetto.
No, Bruce is switching it up. He's actually staying in a casino.
My favorite thing ever is when Bruce was in Haiti or the Bahamas or Jamaica, right? And they tell you don't go off the reservation. And Bruce literally goes off the reservation and starts like taking pictures with like cab drivers and stuff. That could have been really bad for Bruce. Either way,
I was like, Bruce is going to die.
Yeah. And then we started messaging Bruce and then I messaged like Bruce.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Baggins, though. Use code AZ12 for 15% off. Join the VIP text club. Text Baggins. Dennis Walsh is promising a real time tomorrow. We're very excited about those real times.
Wow. He just said he's going to reverse thrust himself into Baggins.
Yeah. So exactly. Who isn't? Get in line there, dude. Locally owned and operated. Every sandwich comes with a chocolate chip cookie. We like cookies. Yummy, yummy in the tummy. Plus, they don't serve candy corn there. Candy corn's gross.
I agree with you on that one. We don't agree on the candy corn. There's no more disgusting candy than
candy corn is disgusting. And then it was funny. A buddy of mine says, yeah, I love it because you can always get them on the clearance rack. Yeah, there's a reason they're on the clearance rack.
You always get them in the trash. It's great.
Yeah, dude, seriously, man. Gosh. Yes, candy corn is what?
Kobe just said he likes candy corn and Marcus. Dude, that tells us so much.
Yeah, these guys are
and David Rosen. I've never seen more confirmation of something.
Yeah, exactly. Three things that were I don't know, Dick Wilson. That's a great question. All right, either way, check it out. Plus get some cookie dough. Exactly. Yummy, yummy. All right, Copal. Speaking of Copal, let's Joseph promising real times with him and Marcus. I could get Marcus into a Sunday job where he's probably making $200 a day.
Candy corn, dog.
Yeah, but guess what? But they won't go to Copal. So it is what it is. But book your next large party. We're going to be having a get-together for the Arizona UCLA game, my friends. I will be there. We will be watching the game. Plus, if you go in there and you say Mike Luke, you're going to get a free elote rib with any pizza purchase, with any entree purchase. Boom. There, it is good. Now, Mexican food delivered nationwide. Use code AZ12 for 10% off your order. Sorry, Marcus, your brother is promised real times for about the last month and never came through. So I'm going to have to see it before I get anything. It's really that simple. All right, now, guys, don't beat us up, but we got a lot of shows coming up here, so we're going to sign off a little bit early today. Sure, where can I find you doing your stuff?
WildcatAuthority.com and the Wildcat Scoop podcast with Shelby and handing out candy, not candy corn because it's disgusting.
Yeah, candy corn's gross. Yuck, yuck, yuck. All right. I
might kind of look like a piece of candy corn. You know that, right?
I look like a piece of candy corn. Thanks. Appreciate
that.
Dude,
like the red hair.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words. Yeah. All right. On
Happy
that
Halloween, everyone. Be safe tonight, please.
Yeah, be safe out there. Yeah, be safe. Don't be like, well, yeah, don't get in any trouble. All right. On that note, though. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is Cody's amazing. Trick or treats. Hey, trick or treat. Smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care. I'll pull down my underwear. Boom. How was that? Was it good?
You'll go to jail because it's 2025.
Yes, exactly. And Ben One White's going to be waiting for you. Okay. Now, on that note, though, we will be back with you tomorrow. Post-game show. It's going to be me, Skier, and Kobe L.
I'll be there. Unless Arizona loses 53-7. Shout out to Kobe real quick. I think, Mike, you were about to say this. Went out and got a ring light because he's becoming more professional. Let's get
this is amazing. Kobe L. Thiel is going to basically take over this operation at some point. So, yeah, we very much like Kobe L. Thiel. All right, on that note, though, everybody out there, Matt, great seeing you in the comments. The great Matthew Bothwell. We will be back with you tomorrow. What time's the game? 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock. Hopefully it's over at 5.
Hopefully it's over at 5 because Arizona has basically redlined them.
There are days that are losing, and Mike's like, "Can we go on now?" I was like, "Mike, it's halftime."
Yeah. The red. Hopefully the Arizona's redlining them into submission.
Oh, dude, so much redlining tomorrow. Can only imagine the amount of redlining.
You need to redline Nadia into submission. Yeah, check it out. All right, very much appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. TTFN. Hey, Cody, give me that picture of Sheer laughing. That's very funny. All right, very much appreciate you guys all. We'll talk to you tomorrow. TTFN.
Red line.